Right, hi again. I'm going to try and do this as quick as I can because I've only got 5 minutes on these Loom recorders. So this is the kind of test account I like to always... You are about to see a real Loom video that I used to help me close a client for $1,000. And actually, I say $1,000, but the truth is it's going to end up being much more than that because we agreed to a long-term partnership. Now, here's the thing, guys. Most people think that in order to do stuff like this, you need to have some Jordan Belfort Wolf of Wall Street sales skills, right? And so the reason that I'm showing you guys this video is so that you understand that most of the time you hear that type of stuff, it's usually just gurus trying to convince you that it's this really hard path so they can convince you that you need them in order to do it. So I'm pretty much here to tell you that honestly, it's pretty easy to close deals as long as you know what you're doing and you're just a real person. Now, if you want to know how I got this lead in the first place, I literally did the exact same method that I showed you guys in my video about how to get your first $500 client. And so long story short, after I sent him this Loom video, he essentially responded very favorably. I think I'll throw it up on screen here. And then obviously we had a call, which was kind of just a formality because I think both him and I knew that it was pretty much a done deal. And guys, if you do watch this video and you want to learn how to do stuff just like this, then I do have a school community and you can join it literally at zero risk. Why? Because I literally have a money back guarantee. If you don't make your money back within 90 days, you get a full 100% refund. That's how easy this stuff is. So anyway, here's the Loom video that got me an easy client. Alright, hi again. I'm going to try and do this as quick as I can because I've only got 5 minutes on these Loom recordings, so I'm just going to try and rapid fire this as quick as I can. So this is the kind of test account I like to always run it through either a test account that I'm using or the client's test account to just kind of make sure everything is going right. So there isn't a number that's currently connected. Now let me start going through stuff. So the model that we were using, and still the model that I would recommend to use for the logic of the AI, is ChatGPT 4o. It's the most cost efficient. I'm already yapping. It's the most cost efficient. That's it. The time zone, that's self-explanatory. Knowledge base. Let me actually show you this right here because I guess this is important to show. So the knowledge base that this one was trained on is the one right here. Most of the time it's good practice to just simply train the AI on a simple question and answer type of knowledge base so it doesn't get confused. You don't really want it to have to think about anything. You kind of just want it to be, this is the question, this is the answer. I think that explains that. Let's go down. That's all pretty self-explanatory. Let me go to the voice. Multilingual, it automatically changes depending on whatever language it's being spoken to in. The voice, speech recognition, all of these are pretty self-explanatory settings. I don't want to waste too much time here because it's not really what you were interested in, I don't think. It does have a setting for optimizing latency at the sacrifice of some quality, so I guess you kind of have to tweak with that a little bit, although pretty much every platform would have a similar type of setting. Stability, similarity, all that's pretty self-explanatory. Noise cancellation, background noise. Now this is another one. I think Vappy has this as well. I think all the Vappy, Retail, and Synthwell all have this, but you'll see here in a second the call that I show you from one of the call logs has a bit of background noise. Speaker boost, just to make it sound a little bit more realistic. Pause before speaking. All of this stuff is pretty simple, so I'm not going to spend too much time here. I think you understand the gist of everything right there. Now let me go to the prompt. This is the meat of it. In Synthflow, you do have the option to either use the flow designer, which is the logic you're probably used to seeing, like the branch logic. It starts off like this and then it splits into two ends, and then depending on what they respond, it splits into more ends. I'm going to be honest, I prefer to go with the simple text prompt most of the time. I've definitely seen the most success from it, and I actually tried with this same build to use the flow designer, but the text prompt was just much more accurate to what I was trying to do. So simple kind of structure here for the text prompts. You have the rules, you have the kind of system prompt here, the persona. Now you've got the conversation flow, so you start off with stage 1, move to stage 2, and then this is kind of what I was referring to with the custom actions here. Every time you wanted the AI agent to actually do something, you have to reference a custom action. And let me, while I'm on the topic of custom actions right here, show you. So these are all the custom actions that were connected, or that are connected to this AI agent. So you've got the booking action to book an appointment, to reschedule an appointment, to create a contact if they're a new lead, to cancel a pre-existing appointment, to find a client in the database. So for example, this was a really, really cool build because it actually, I don't want to linger on this for too long, but it's able to identify the phone number whoever's calling and then search that phone number while that call is actually happening. Before the AI even answers the call, it identifies, does this phone number match a phone number in our database? If so, when I pick up, I'm going to greet them with their name. It's actually pretty insane. Anyway, get client appointments. So if they want to reschedule or update their appointment, it has to identify the appointment first by getting it. This is the call transfer. And then this is create a new appointment. So all of that's, I think, pretty much explained. Prompting here. Yeah, this is kind of nitty gritty stuff. I'm not sure if you'd be too interested in this, but it's simple A/B path logic. It's like if this happens, or if else path logic. If this happens, then that happens type of deal. I've only got a minute left. Okay, I might split it into 2 videos. I'll probably split it into 2 videos. Let me see, what else is there to go through here? Deployment. Oh yeah, this is the custom integrations I was talking about. So with Synfo, you don't actually need to make the custom integration for Go High Level that you need to make in retail and what was the other one? Vappy. But I'll show you here in a second. You still do need to do some automations. It's just much more simplified, easier to ship. You can just get it set up much quicker. Now for the call logs. Oh, I'm not going to have time to fit it in this video. Okay, I'm going to end this video, and what I'm going to do in the next video is I'm going to show you an example of the call log, and then I'm going to show you the automations that accompanied this build for this client. Yeah, I don't want to try and cram everything into one thing. So yeah, I'll be back in 1 sec. All right, I actually just got done recording this once already, but just before I ended, my internet cut. So here I am again with episode number 2 with the Voice Agent Chronicles. In this one, I wanted to go over a call from the call log, show an example. I wanted to explain a little bit more about the custom actions, which I'll show you. And then I also wanted to go over some of the automations which were added to improve the overall quality of this build. I actually need to filter this by the last 3 months. And then here we go. I'm going to show this one. Now, I'm not 100% sure if you're going to be able to hear this, but if you can't, I'll simply just download this and show it to you in the conversation.
My name is Chloe. How can I help you?
Hey, Chloe, I was just looking to book an appointment.
Of course. Let me pull up your profile real quick. One moment. Okay,
so right
Jarrell,
here,
I've got your
pulling
profile
up the
right
profile.
here. What service would you like to
by
book
matching
today?
the phone number of the caller to whatever's in the database.
Got it. Would you like to upgrade to a gel manicure for longer lasting results?
Going through like an upselling process.
Yeah, why not?
Love that energy. A gel manicure it is. Will you need any existing gel, dip, or acrylic removed first?
Nah, it's all good.
All right. We have openings tomorrow at 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m.
Checking
Which one works better
availability
for
now.
you?
Oh, could I actually do next Monday at 2 p.m.?
Next Monday at 2 p.m.
So now the
works
caller asked for
perfectly.
something that
Should I
wasn't
lock that in for you?
initially proposed.
Yeah.
So the AI has to go check availability again.
Just 1 second. Perfect. You're all set for
Booking
a
the
gel
appointments.
manicure next Monday at 2 p.m. We'll send you a confirmation text shortly. Anything
And now
else I
it's the
can help
recap.
with?
That's it, Chloe. Thank you.
You're so welcome, Gerald. Have a great day, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye for now.
Cool. So yeah, that's literally a perfect example right there. Now, something cool that I wanted to show you as well. Here's the transcript, and this will come with, every single call that happens. The cool thing about this, I'm going to reference it a little bit later on when we get into the automations. But like business owners would love to know, not necessarily the whole transcript, but a summary of what each call was about. For example, it could be the reason for the call. It could be like, I guess overall the reason for the call and how it went type of deal. So the other cool thing here to note is the actions that I was talking about before. You can see this is in chronological order of how the call actually went. So the first action that took place without even any mention of it, it automatically happens at the start, is finding the client, and it does this by matching whatever the caller's phone number is to see if there's a matching phone number in the database. And if there is, it gets the information and refers to them with whatever number or whatever name is linked to that number. Second thing was getting the availability, but if you remember, the caller asked for a time slot that was outside of the initially proposed time slots, so the AI agent had to go and get availability again to see if the specific time slot was available. In this case, it was, so it went ahead and created the appointment here, and then after the call finished, there's actually another custom action I made here, which is called extract info reason for call, and this essentially it'll be used later on to actually tell the business owner what the reason for the call was. So you can see the examples here is it could be for a booking, it could be for cancellation, it could be a pricing inquiry, service questions, could be spam. In this case, the AI identified that it was for a booking. So that pretty much covers all of that. I was going to go into more detail here about the actual actions and why that's the most time consuming type of part with this, but it would expose all the APIs, which obviously I can't do, but this is the reason for the call thing that I was referring to before in the previous section. Now, onto some of the automations. So this one here was triggered whenever the customer books an appointment. Keep in mind, this is done through Go High Level, but Make.com would operate very, very similarly. So customer books an appointment. After that happens, it sends 2 different emails. The first email is obviously to the customer to kind of say, I'm writing to confirm your appointment at this time, at this date, at this time. Look forward to seeing you then, whatever, kind of what you'd expect. The second email, which a lot of people kind of overlook in the voice agent space, is actually sending an email to the business owner to tell them, for example, let's just say someone called Peter is the business owner. Pleased to inform you that the AI voice agent has successfully booked the appointment. The appointment start time is this. The name of the contact is this. The phone number is this. The email is this. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. So that's one of the automations. The second automation, which is arguably a lot cooler, is it obviously starts with an inbound webhook with all the information from the phone call. So it gets all of that information. Now, once the ChatGPT prompt has finished generating a response, comes here, and it simply creates an email where it says, here's a summary of the AI phone call that booked this appointment, and this is the ChatGPT response in 3 simple sentences, as well as the name of the contact, the phone number of the contact, the email of the contact, and then this is the intent. Remember how I said the reason for the call? That's the reason for the call. This is the total duration, and this is the time that the call occurred. So that wraps up about everything. I must be on a trial or something on this account because I'm over 5 minutes, so I don't even need to split it into 2 videos. But yeah, I know I rushed there. I try to make it as concise as possible. Let me know if you have any other questions, but I think I touched on just about everything. Cool.